The why, we don't know. It's how.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't know why you're here, but how are you going to be here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no other choice.
My maker told his tale.
I remember that I read this book right after high school, many years ago. And when I finished the book, I had three questions in my mind. It's why I'm here, who made me, and what do I owe to the world? And I wonder if any of those questions resonate with you while making the film.
Yeah, well, they were basically the three questions that I got from the book at age 11 again, and they were three questions we wanted to answer with the story in a way. And I think, there's a beauty at the end about forgiving each other into existence, and maybe both the charity of acceptance makes both human. I think those were the best answers I've been able to come up with 50 years of thinking about it. So, yeah.
And there's something beautiful, too, which is, there is this question of why. Why am I here? Why? Why am I here? Why? Why? And then at the end, it feels like the answer is the why, we don't know. It's how.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't know why you're here, but how are you going to be here? Yeah, because there's no other choice. So, to release in that way. Yeah, that's I think a beautiful message.
I remember also, the music is very important in this film.
Yeah.
And I wonder, when you write this film, do you share anything with your collaborators, like with Oscar and Jacob, so they can imagine what's going on and how the music is going to sound?
We actually did early on. Yeah, I sent a playlist, and it turned out that when I talked to the Splat, it was completely wrong, and the Splat went no. But I thought Baroque music had the stature and the spirituality and the power of what I thought this could be. But we shared a playlist.
I also felt that your movie is a little political behind, because the monster is made out of body parts of people that die in the war.
Yes.
And for some reason, this DNA, it's in violence. It's like they're dying in violence. How important that was to create, to build characters around that idea?
Well, the idea was, you're talking about today. And in any movie you're doing, if you see a science fiction movie in the 20s, it's talking about the 20s. If you see a science fiction movie from the 50s, it's talking about the 50s. So inevitably, we're talking about now. And, whether it's tracking the money for something altruistic back to a guy that is an arms dealer, or the fact that the specter of war seems to be away and then rises on the creature. You can then interpret it how you want. I think that that dimension is there, and you acknowledge it, and you try to make it an answer of general human sacrifice, and how the creature rises out of all that without a soul and gains one. Those are the things that then thread with the other themes of the movie. But I don't think it's the only dimension. The main one is pain and family, and how we pass it, whether through war or family, over and over again. I think Harlander has a beautiful line about it. Same with family. He says, not this war, the one before, or the one before it, I don't remember.
For me, I've always had the luxury of being able to only believe in and embrace that which is personal and over the political. So for me, my life has always been personal, and I approach character in the exact same way. It's entirely personal. My view of the world is personal. I don't consider. I think that's maybe for the viewer to put their own sort of self onto. But for me, it always comes from the world, from beauty, from people, from the soul.
And it's also political, the fact that when people don't see the other as anything but the other. I mean, there's other dimensions other than the war that can be political.
Sure. But I mean, I think that it is a great point that it does come from body parts strewn from, all these young people. She, Mia's character talks about these great ideas that are pursued by fools, these great ideas for a war, and there's all these young people that are just dead that never get to go back to their mothers, whose mothers loved them, but they're just seen as the enemy. That is definitely a very strong statement in the middle. And in some ways, Elizabeth is the most cognizant citizen of the world out of anyone in the film.
And the most modern.
Yeah, and the most modern.
Thank you so much for your time and congratulations. I love the film.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you so much.